Do you guys remember when actor Matthew McConaughey shuts up the View host when she tried to humiliate him?
Do you think you would get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is me playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay,
To give you a direct statement right there.
Well, it seems like it's been a long time since they haven't been treated like this by any of their guests, because that's why they're making bizarre statements on live TV again and again. On July 26, 2024, director Thomas Joly presented the Paris Olympics opening ceremony. And the negative reaction that it got from the public was at next level. Look at this tweet. The opening ceremony was filled with transgender mockery of the Last Supper, the golden calf idol, and even the pale horse from the book of Revelations. Now, for those who don't know, the opening ceremony had a fun show with colorful drag queens and dancers. But the thing that doesn't look unintentional is that this performance looked a bit like the famous painting The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Now, according to a lot of people, whether they are Christians or non-Christian, criticized this ceremony by saying that they made a whole dancing act and intentionally depicted the Last Supper to mock Christian beliefs. But as we all know, when it comes to defending the wrong things, these ladies are at the top always. This time is no different. Whoopi Goldberg is again defending the Paris Olympic opening ceremony. And wait when you will get to know how her statements backfired at her this time. I mean, I can't wait to start this video, so if you think Whoopi Goldberg is a controlled puppet of elites, smash that subscribe button so I know I'm not alone. Now, as of recording this video, the Olympics organizers have already removed the ceremony video from most of the platforms and officially apologized for their actions too. Their apology has its own controversy that I'm gonna cover later, but for now, let's focus on what Whoopi has done this time.
Drag performers that some people said was a blasphemous take on Da Vinci's painting, The Last Supper. You know, the guy who actually put it all together said it was from the Feast of the Gods, which is a 17th century Dutch painting of the Greek Olympian gods, you know, the Olympian gods, because it's the Olympics. Okay.
Alright, if this whole ceremony was inspired by the Feast of Gods art, why not let's put it to test? So as a viewer, does this picture look any similar to the Dionysus picture? I don't really think so. And yeah, if you don't know, according to the organizers, the blue man is depicting Dionysus, so I don't find any similarities in both of these arts. But if we take a look at the Last Supper, I mean, you can compare it by yourself. You will see what they have intended to do here. Well, you have the answer. If it was coincidence or intentional, I don't know, but it looks similar.
And there are many more people in the picture they're talking about here. There's people on the side, you know, and it's like, come on, y'all. It's the Olympics. Stop. They're not trying to do anything except talk about the history. They're showing you the history. There are too many people in the picture for it to be the 12 disciples and then the 7.
Is she literally a kid? I mean, the fact that she's giving is like a kid who's trying to argue with someone. Come on, Whoopi. You gotta stop. As for the fact you said that there would need to be more people if it was depicting the Last Supper, maybe you didn't watch what this main dancer that is standing in the middle of the table shared on her Instagram stories. So basically, she shared an Instagram story in which we can see a side-by-side pic of the Last Supper and their depiction. She also wrote in the caption, oh yes, this is the new gay testament. Now, after these statements by Whoopi Goldberg, she's receiving a massive public backlash at her, because most of the fans are stating that if the controversy would have been about the LGBT right, her reaction would have been totally different from what we are seeing right now. Anyway, let's move on to what Ana Navarro said about this whole controversy. According to her, we should just ignore the fact that they somehow mock the Christian beliefs, and instead we should focus on supporting the athletes who are representing our country.
You know, it happens every 4 years. There are young people who train their entire lives to be there to represent our countries. Can we please give them the focus? Can we please talk about Simone Biles, her magnificence, how she made the comeback? Can we talk about Suni Lee? This woman had the worst kidney disease, and she made a comeback. Oh my God. Hasley Rivera, 17-year-old girl from New Jersey, Dominican descent. Can we talk? Can we give some flowers to...
Isn't she trying to twist things here again? Now it's really funny to see that how these online personalities are accusing religious people of twisting the fact while they are doing it already for like a decade now. Literally, someone even wrote stating the fact it's amazing how they talk about how other people twist things and they do it all the time. Another fan said, she's a total parrot that reads whatever she's directed to read and tell the people whatever is written on the teleprompter. Oh my God. Can you analyze her face, how she is literally reading names of the athletes she doesn't even care about? Now, I don't really know if she really supports them or not, but one thing is clear, she's trying her best to act again.
Oh my God. Can we talk? Can we give some flowers to...
Exactly. Can we give some flowers to Anna for trying so hard to act that she cares about these people? Now, going on in the video later, Whoopi suggested that if we are not happy with any of the things that bothers us, we must turn off the TV. I guess you guys can apply the same rule if you don't like what these ladies say. Just turn off the TV. Anyway, jokes aside, if Whoopi or anyone would be watching this video, I have only one question to you guys. Do you guys really think it's appropriate for an adult guy to hang his in front of a young innocent girl? Listen, it's not about the religious people only. It's about the moral principles, it's about the beauty of French culture that has been disrespected. Do you guys think this disturbing imagery to put on national TV is normal? Come on guys, you gotta stop reading what you're supposed to say and protect the children, the faith, the beliefs. I also find this really interesting post on my Twitter. In this post, we are comparing the 2014 Olympics opening ceremony and 2024 opening ceremony. And you can see how far things have changed just after a decade. Now, speaking of few of the celebrities who decided to speak on this controversy, we have Candace Cameron, who slammed this mockery ceremony saying it was disrespecting Christian belief.
Want to boycott the games. I'm gonna watch the games. I want to support our athletes. There are a lot of great Christian athletes competing as well, so I want to support them, but if you feel a conviction not to watch, then don't.
We have even Andrew Tate addressing Christian people to the extent.
Yes, this is Romania, supposed to be the most Christian country in Europe. You cannot allow them to desecrate something as important as the Last Supper with transsexuals and little children, pedophilia. There has to be a point you stand up for your beliefs. If you have something in life and you don't stand up for it, it will not last. If you have a house, you don't maintain it, it will fall down.
Also, as of recording this video, a spokeswoman from the Paris Olympic has presented an apology to all the people who were offended by this show. Now,
never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. On the contrary, I think that Thomas Joly really tried to really intend to celebrate community tolerance. That was his word yesterday, and looking at the result of the polls that we shared, we believe that this ambition was achieved.
Now this apology has a controversy of its own as well, as looking from the comments people were writing, it didn't sound like an apology. It was just them stating that this is what our belief says, and if you are offended, don't look at this show. I really enjoyed covering this video. If you guys want more videos related to Olympics, feel free to comment down below. Peace.